Hello friends, welcome to this channel. This is Isaac Nyirimbibi who is taking us through, and today we are going through some practice on how we can set self-testing exercise using a software known as the Hot Potato software. So if you don't have the Hot Potato software on your laptop, please go on Google and download this software. You have it on your laptop, and then we follow these procedures which we're going to go through, and then we see how we can generate different assessment items using this application, using this software. So this software has around 6 things which are embedded in one, and we can see we have the JClose, we have the JQuiz, the JClose, the JMax, the JMix, and we're saying all these they are used to generate different testing exercises. So the JClose, for it we can use it to generate a fill in the blank gap exercise, where you find there is a question but there are some small gaps left there, and the learner needs to fill in. That is JClose, which can do that. Then we have JQuiz, which is used to generate automatic quiz. We shall be able to see how we can do that. We have the JClose. JClose is used to generate like puzzle. We have been seeing puzzles in different places, but we are going to see in our sessions how we can generate a puzzle using this JClose. We have the JMatch. Now for JMatch, from the word match, it is used to generate the matching exercises. While the JMix, this JMix for it is used to generate the sentence exercise. So to start with, in our session today, we want to look at the JClose. So you just click on JClose and it will give you this interface. So they will ask you, you enter the title of the work you're giving these learners. Maybe let's say the title is about, this exercise is about oxidation and reduction reactions. That is my title. For you, when you're generating, you can generate in your area. Then after that, you have to generate a document, maybe on your desktop, a document which you're going to use, where you have typed your questions. For example, here I have my document. I have called it JClose exercise. I have a file here. When you open it, it has the context that I want to use. So it is about oxidation and reduction reactions. So what you will do, you come and you copy all your work. You copy it, you highlight, and then you copy all the work, and then you open again your potato JClose, and then in this blank space is where you paste. So you right click and then you paste. So when you paste, you're the one now who knows. For example, let's read together this one. It says oxidation is the loss of electrons, while reduction is the gain of electrons. So what we want is to remove some things which we want the learners to insert. So we create gaps, and you can see on this page we have the gap, clear gaps, auto gap, delete gaps, show ones. So now what do we need to do? We want to create gaps. So now, for example, oxidation, we want these learners to give this one oxidation. So you highlight it. So we want to clear create a gap there on oxidation. So they're saying the one where we're creating the gap is oxidation. Then you can give the learners a clue. For example, if the question has become very hard for them and you give them a clue, for example, oxidation comes from which topic? In the redox reactions. So that can be a clue to the learners. Now they're asking, any alternative correct answer? Is there any answer, any other response which can be there where there is loss of electrons? No. So if it is not there, you just continue and say okay. So we have finished working on that. then you go here. While reduction, so even reduction, we can create a gap there. You highlight it and then you click on gap. Now when you click on gap, it will still show you the word, the clue. Which clue? You still say it is still under redox reactions. And then any alternative answer? No. You just say now, okay. So that one is done. We go to the next line. In terms of let it go. In terms of oxygen, oxidation is the gain of oxygen. So we can hide the gain. We put a gap on the gain. We say create gap. Any clue? We don't need to give them a clue there. Not everyone need to give a clue. Alternative answer. Do you have any other alternative answer to that? No. So just say okay. Then and reduction is the loss of oxygen. So we want to create space there. Then we say okay. Then we go to the next. A substance that loses electrons is, so we can create space there. You create space there, you highlight, and then you create a gap, and then you say okay. While the substance that gains electrons is reduced, so you can also highlight the word reduced, and then you create a gap. You say okay. Then the agent that causes oxidation is called the oxidizing agent. We want learners to give this answer, so we create a gap. Then we say okay. And the one that causes reduction is the reducing agent. Is a reducing agent. You also create a gap. Then okay. Then here they are saying the sum of oxidation numbers in a neutral compound is always, so we can say is always 0. We can create a gap. Now is 0. Learner may put 0 in 1, so that can be alternative correct answer. So here we can put and say 0. Okay. After that we say okay. Finally they are saying in the reaction magnesium is, you can put a gap there. They tell us what happened to magnesium. You create a gap. Any alternative? No. Say okay. And oxygen is, you tell us what happens to oxygen. You create a gap and then say okay. So after doing all that, we have finished creating gaps. So what we do, we come on this icon here. It is saying go to configuration screen. You click there, then they will bring you this dialog. On this dialog, you click on time. I want to time. We don't want these learners to sit and then they start using even their smartphones to copy. So we can limit and set time limit. So you can say this is a simple maybe paper. They can do it in 10 minutes. Then they are asking your time is over. What do you want to appear when the time is done? So they have given us a suggestion. Your time is over. For me, I want to use your time is done. Your time is done. And after that, so when timings are done, it will automatically tell this learner that your time is done. Okay, then it goes off complete. It becomes inactive. So after that, you say okay. After setting time, you say okay. After that, we want to save. So where do you go when you want to save your document? You have finished. We save it as web. It is here. I think this one where there is something like blue. So you click there, export to create a hot potato version. So when you click there, it will bring this dialog for saving. So where do you want to save? Save in on the desktop. For me, I want to put my work on the desktop. So you can choose any other location. File name, I'm calling it fill in gap exercise. Fill in gap exercise, and we are saying we have made it from JClose. Save it as HTML file. Good. So you say save. When they bring that, you can say yes, and then we view the exercise in the browser. Let's view the exercise. Good. So you can see our exercises here, and the timer has started. It has started. So after, when the timings are done, you cannot do anything to your work. So you can see it has created gaps where we have been highlighting. It has already created. Dash is the loss of electrons, while dash is the gain of electrons. So you'll be able to put the answers. So after that, you can just close, and then you can close this. You can close this. Let's close. We want to open. So you recall we saved it on the desktop, so you can come on the desktop and you check your work later. It is offline. You can just click there, and then you'll be able to see your work. So your work is already there. Please, for those who have not yet subscribed, you just subscribe to our channel, and let's meet in our next session as we look at JClose. Thank you. God bless.